Hello and welcome. Let's be honest for a moment. Is that morning stiffness lasting a little longer these days? Does getting out of your favorite armchair sometimes feel like a major life event? Or maybe it's that frustrating pins and needles feeling in your hands or feet that just won't seem to go away. If you're nodding your head, you are far from alone. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, tells us that for Americans aged 75 and older, more than half, a staggering 53.9%, report dealing with doctor-diagnosed arthritis pain. And other studies from the National Institutes of Health show that up to 39% of older adults experience some form of peripheral neuropathy, that nerve tingling, numbness, and sometimes sharp pain. Now, for years, we've been told, well, that's just part of getting older. It's a common belief that pain is just an inevitable companion as we age. But I'm here today to challenge that idea. What if I told you that one of the keys to fighting back against this discomfort isn't just in the medicine cabinet, but right there in your grocery cart? There's a powerful natural protein in your body that acts as the scaffolding for your joints and even your nerves, and we're going to talk about how you can help your body build more of it starting today. In the next 25 minutes, we are going on a deep dive. We're going to uncover a fundamental secret your body holds for staying strong and comfortable. And I'll give you a powerful toolkit, a shopping list, really, of 8 delicious everyday vegetables that can help you reclaim your comfort and mobility. The problem we're tackling today is twofold: the grinding, aching pain in our joints that can make every movement a chore, and that maddening, persistent tingling in our nerves that can disrupt our sleep and our peace of mind. Both of these things can steal our joy, and let's face it, our independence. Our ambitious goal today is to give you back a sense of control, to show you how you can become an active participant in your own health story by understanding one crucial protein: collagen. Now we're going to be drawing on solid research from trusted American institutions like the Cleveland Clinic, Johns Hopkins Medicine, and studies published in major peer-reviewed medical journals. And the first thing we need to clear up is a common myth. You may have seen headlines about collagen-rich vegetables. Well, here's the scientific truth. Collagen is a protein found exclusively in animal tissues, things like bone broth or the skin on chicken. Vegetables do not contain collagen. But, and this is the secret we're unlocking today, vegetables are packed with the essential building blocks your body needs to produce its own collagen. Think of it this way. You can't buy a finished house at the hardware store, but you can buy all the lumber, the nails, the wiring, and the tools you need to build a strong and sturdy house yourself. Today, we're going shopping for the best tools and materials for your body's construction crew. And this construction project is more important than you might think. Most of us know collagen is important for our skin, keeping it firm and reducing wrinkles. Many of us also know it's a key component of the cartilage that cushions our joints, and that as we age, our bodies produce about 1% less collagen each year, starting in our 20s, which contributes to joint pain and stiffness. But here's what they don't always have time to tell you at the doctor's office. Collagen is absolutely critical for your nerve health too. Research shows that collagen forms a protective mesh, a kind of biological insulation known as the extracellular matrix, around your peripheral nerve fibers. It provides the structural support your nerves need to function properly. When that collagen matrix weakens with age or due to other factors, your nerves can become vulnerable and unsupported. This can lead to that very tingling, numbness, or zinging pain that so many of us know as peripheral neuropathy. So when we talk about boosting your body's ability to make collagen, we're not just talking about smoother joints. So here's our plan for today. We're going to count down the top 8 collagen-boosting vegetables, from a great choice all the way to the absolute champion. For each one, we'll explore why it works based on science. I'll share a simple, delicious way to prepare it that anyone can do, and we'll cover any important safety notes you should be aware of. You'll definitely want to stick around for our top 3. They are true powerhouses you can find in any grocery store. And a quick but important reminder, I am not a doctor. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice from your own physician, who knows your specific health history. Always consult with your doctor for any questions about your health. All right, let's get to our list. Kicking off our list at number 8 is that elegant green spear that's a sure sign of spring, asparagus. So why does asparagus make the cut? It's a fantastic source of an amino acid called proline. If we stick with our house-building analogy, think of vitamin C as the foreman of your body's collagen construction crew. Well, amino acids like proline and another one called glycine are the actual bricks and mortar. They are the raw materials your body physically links together to build the strong, flexible chains of the collagen protein structure. Without these amino acids, there's simply nothing to build with. I think of my neighbor Carol. She absolutely loves tending to her garden, but she used to tell me that her hands were just too stiff and achy to enjoy it some mornings. She started a simple habit, roasting a big batch of asparagus at the beginning of the week. She'd toss it into her salads for lunch or have a few spears with her morning eggs. It's a small change, but she swears by these little habits that add up over time to make her feel more limber and ready to get her hands in the soil. For your action step, let's make simple roasted asparagus. It takes just minutes to prepare. First, hold a spear and bend it until it snaps. That's nature's way of showing you where the tough, woody end begins. Snap the rest at the same spot. Toss the top spears in a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. Lay them in a single layer on a baking sheet and roast them in a hot oven around 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 15 minutes, or until they're tender and slightly browned at the tips. A little squeeze of fresh lemon juice at the end makes them absolutely sing. Now, for an important note. A common question I get is, what about gout? For years, people were told to avoid asparagus because it contains compounds called purines. However, we have better information now. Major studies, including research highlighted by the prestigious Mayo Clinic, have shown that high purine vegetables like asparagus do not increase the risk of gout or trigger gout attacks. The culprits are more often things like red meat, organ meats, and alcohol. So, for most people, asparagus is a perfectly safe and healthy choice. Of course, if you have a specific diagnosed condition, you should always follow the personal advice of your healthcare provider. So we have our proline building blocks from asparagus. Next, we need a nutrient that helps manage the entire construction project. That brings us directly to our number 7 vegetable. Coming in at number 7 is the humble, hearty, and wonderfully versatile sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are champions of a compound called beta-carotene, which our bodies brilliantly convert into vitamin A. In our collagen-building crew, vitamin A is the project manager. It plays a critical role in regulating the genes involved in collagen production. It essentially tells the cells when to build and how much to build. It also helps control the breakdown of old, worn-out collagen fibers. So vitamin A not only helps build the new, it helps protect the old. I'm reminded of my Uncle Frank, a retired mechanic who spent decades on his feet. He developed type 2 diabetes later in life and thought he had to give up all potatoes for good. He was frustrated because his back always ached. His doctor suggested he try swapping his usual white potatoes for sweet potatoes. It was a game changer. Sweet potatoes have more fiber, which helps prevent the sharp blood sugar spikes that white potatoes can cause. He got all these extra nutrients that helped with the achiness in his back without sending his sugar levels on a roller coaster. The easiest and most delicious way to enjoy them is a perfect baked sweet potato. There's no fancy recipe needed. Just scrub the potato clean, poke it a few times with a fork to let steam escape, and bake it directly on the oven rack at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 to 50 minutes. The skin gets wonderfully crispy, and the inside becomes fluffy, sweet, and caramelized. A little pat of butter and a pinch of cinnamon, and you have a perfect, comforting side dish. Now for a very important red flag. Sweet potatoes are rich in potassium. For most of us, this is a wonderful thing. Potassium helps balance sodium levels in the body and supports good heart health and blood pressure. However, if you have been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease or CKD, especially in the later stages, or if you are on dialysis, your doctor has likely put you on a potassium-restricted diet. In that case, it is absolutely essential that you talk to your healthcare provider or a renal dietitian about whether sweet potatoes are right for you and in what amounts. Your health comes first. From the project manager, vitamin A, we now move to a food that provides a powerful shield to protect our existing collagen from daily attacks. Let's talk about number 6. At number 6, we have a summer favorite that's good for us all year round. The bright, juicy tomato. Tomatoes fight the collagen war on two fronts. First, they are a fantastic source of our formin, vitamin C, which is absolutely essential for collagen production. A single medium-sized tomato can provide a significant chunk of your daily needs. But their real superpower is an antioxidant called lycopene. This is what gives tomatoes their beautiful red color. Lycopene is like a dedicated bodyguard for your collagen. It helps protect your skin and all your connective tissues from damage caused by the free radicals generated by things like UV sunlight. These free radicals are like little wrecking balls that try to break down your collagen structure. Lycopene helps to neutralize them. And here's a fascinating tip that might surprise you. Research shows that cooking tomatoes, like in a sauce or a soup, actually increases the amount of lycopene your body can absorb. I remember a conversation I had with a dermatologist. She told me that while wearing sunscreen is absolutely non-negotiable for protecting your skin, having a diet rich in lycopene from things like tomato sauce and tomato paste is like having a little bit of internal sunscreen. It's not a replacement, of course, but it helps support your skin's own natural defense system from the inside out. For your action step, let's make a 10-minute simple tomato soup. Forget the canned stuff from the store that's often loaded with sodium and preservatives. In a pot, gently heat a 28-ounce can of good quality crushed or whole peeled tomatoes. Add about 1.5 cups of water or low-sodium broth, half an onion cut into a few big chunks, and a generous pat of butter, about 4 tablespoons. Let it all simmer together for about 40 minutes. The butter and onion make it incredibly rich and creamy without any cream. Then you can either use an immersion blender right in the pot or carefully transfer it to a regular blender and blend until smooth. It's simple, comforting, and packed with those collagen-protecting nutrients. Now, we do have to talk about acidity. If you suffer from acid reflux or GERD, you probably already know that tomatoes can sometimes be a trigger food. Their natural acidity can be irritating for some. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to banish them forever. Often, moderation is key. You might find that cooked tomatoes are easier on your system than raw ones, and that smaller portions are perfectly fine. You can also try pairing them with more alkaline foods, like leafy greens, to help balance things out. But as always, listen to your body. And if reflux is a persistent problem for you, that's a conversation to have with your doctor. So, tomatoes give us vitamin C and a protective shield. Next up is a leafy green that brings in some of the specialized tools our collagen crew needs to get the job done right. Cracking our top five, at number five is the classic green powerhouse that Popeye made famous, spinach. Spinach is a true workhorse on our list. Like many of the vegetables we're discussing, it's loaded with our foreman, vitamin C. But it also delivers one of our essential minerals for this job, zinc. Zinc is like a specialized repairman on the collagen construction team. It is absolutely crucial for cell repair and for the formation of the collagen structure itself. In fact, research shows that a deficiency in zinc can directly reduce your body's ability to produce collagen. Spinach also contains powerful antioxidants that help protect your existing collagen from damage by those pesky free radicals. My friend's mother, Maria, was starting to feel really fatigued, and she noticed her hair was thinning and her nails were getting brittle. These can be signs that the body isn't getting all the building blocks it needs. Her doctor found she was a little low in iron and a few other minerals, so she started a very simple habit. Every morning, she'd throw a big handful of fresh spinach into her scrambled eggs, letting it wilt right in the pan. And she'd add another handful to her soups in the evening. It was such an easy way to boost her mineral intake, and she said she could really feel the difference in her energy levels. She even noticed her nails getting stronger, which was a clear sign her body was finally getting the materials it needed to build healthy tissues. Here's a recipe you can make in literally 2 minutes. Garlic sautéed spinach. Heat a teaspoon or two of olive oil in a pan over medium heat. Add a clove of thinly sliced garlic and let it get fragrant for about 30 seconds. Then pile in your fresh spinach. It will look like a mountain, but don't worry, it will wilt down to almost nothing in a minute or two. A little pinch of salt, and it's done. It's the perfect nutrient-dense side for a piece of chicken or fish. Now, spinach comes with two very important considerations that we need to discuss. First, if you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, which is the most common type, you should know that spinach is very high in oxalates. For this reason, your doctor may advise you to limit your intake or to pair it with a calcium-rich food like cheese or yogurt, which can help bind the oxalates in your stomach. Second, like other leafy greens, spinach is rich in vitamin K, which is essential for normal blood clotting. If you are taking a blood thinner like warfarin, which is also sold as Coumadin, it is vital that you keep your vitamin K intake consistent from day to day. The goal is not to avoid these healthy foods, but to maintain a steady, predictable amount so your doctor can adjust your medication dosage properly. Please, if this applies to you, have this important conversation with your healthcare provider. Okay, let's take a quick breath. We're halfway through our countdown, and we've already covered some incredible nutritional ground. So far, we've talked about the proline in asparagus, the vitamin A in sweet potatoes, the lycopene shield in tomatoes, and the zinc in spinach. The common thread here is that your body needs a team of nutrients to build and protect collagen effectively. It's not about one single miracle food. It's about making small, simple choices that over time add up to a big difference in how you feel. And by the way, if you're finding this information helpful and empowering, it would mean the world to me if you'd just take a second to tap that like button below. It's a small click for you, but it tells the folks at YouTube that this is valuable information, and it helps other people just like you find our community. Thank you so much for that. Now, are you ready for the top 4? This is where we get into the real heavy hitters, the undisputed champions of collagen support. Let's dive in. Storming into the number 4 spot is the vegetable that has been called the king of the superfoods, kale. Kale is like the all-star utility player on our collagen building team. It brings a fantastic amount of our foreman, vitamin C, to the table, which we know is non-negotiable for collagen synthesis. But it doesn't stop there. It's also packed with our project manager, vitamin A, and vitamin K, which is crucial for bone health. What's more, exciting new research has shown that special compounds in kale, called exosome-like nanoparticles, may actually enhance collagen production directly at a cellular level. And, of course, it's loaded with antioxidants that help protect your existing collagen from breaking down. I have a friend, a retired school teacher named Susan, who was looking for a healthy alternative to her afternoon potato chip habit. She started making kale chips. It sounds fancy, but it's so simple. She just tears the kale leaves into bite-sized pieces, tosses them with a tiny bit of olive oil and a sprinkle of salt, and bakes them in a single layer until they're crispy. She said it was the one health food her grandkids actually asked for when they came to visit. And she felt great knowing she was getting this incredible dose of nutrients while enjoying a satisfyingly crunchy snack. To tame kale's sometimes bitter flavor, let's try a simple lemon-garlic sautéed kale. First, you'll want to remove the tough, woody stems. The easiest way is to just hold the stem with one hand and strip the leaves off with the other. In a large pan, heat a little olive oil and sauté some thinly sliced garlic for about a minute until it's fragrant. Then, add the kale. It's okay if it's still a little damp from washing. Just like with spinach, kale comes with two red flags to be aware of. First, it is very high in vitamin K, so the same advice applies. If you're on a blood thinner like warfarin, consistency in your daily intake is the key, and a conversation with your doctor is a must. Additionally, kale belongs to the cruciferous family of vegetables, which contain substances called goitrogens. In very large, raw quantities, these might interfere with thyroid function, but only if you have a pre-existing iodine-deficient thyroid condition. The good news is that cooking kale, even lightly steaming or sautéing it, deactivates most of these compounds, making it perfectly safe and healthy for the vast majority of people. Kale is a true nutrient powerhouse. But our next food brings a rare and critical mineral to the construction site, one that helps lock our collagen fibers together for maximum strength. Coming in at number 3 is a food with a wonderfully savory, meaty flavor that adds depth to any dish: the shiitake mushroom. Shiitake mushrooms earn their high rank on our list for one primary reason. They are one of the best plant-based sources of the essential mineral copper. If vitamin C is the foreman and amino acids are the bricks, then copper is the master welder on our collagen crew. Copper activates a special enzyme in the body that is absolutely essential for the final step of collagen synthesis, a process called cross-linking. This is what links the individual collagen fibers together, giving them their incredible strength, stability, and resilience. Without enough copper, the collagen your body makes can be weak and flimsy. The chef I know calls shiitake mushrooms his secret weapon for flavor. He told me he adds sautéed shiitakes to everything from omelets to soups to give them a deep, rich, savory umami flavor without having to add a lot of salt. It's a heart-healthy way to make food more satisfying, and at the same time, he's getting that incredible dose of copper that's so important for his joints and overall health. Let's make some simple sautéed shiitakes. First, you don't want to soak mushrooms in water, as they're like little sponges. Just wipe them clean with a damp paper towel. The stems are tough, so pop those off and save them for making a flavorful broth later. Slice the caps. Now heat a bit of oil or butter in a skillet over medium-high heat. Add the mushrooms, and this is the key. Let them cook without stirring them too much at first. You want them to get some nice golden brown color and crispy edges. This takes about 15 minutes. Then, you can add some minced garlic and diced onion, and cook for a few more minutes until everything is fragrant and tender. They are incredible on their own, or served over a steak or a piece of chicken. Shiitakes are very safe for most people, but there are two things to know. First, if you have a known allergy to other types of mushrooms, you should be cautious and talk to your doctor before adding a new kind to your diet. Second, there is a rare condition called shiitake dermatitis, which is a temporary skin rash that can occur from eating shiitakes raw or undercooked. The solution is simple and delicious. Always cook your shiitake mushrooms thoroughly. Cooking completely deactivates the compound that causes this rare reaction and, frankly, makes them taste much better. The copper in shiitakes gives our collagen its final strength. But now, we move to the final two vegetables on our list, the undisputed champions of the single most important nutrient for building collagen in the first place. Our runner-up, taking the silver medal at number 2, is a vegetable we all know and should all be eating more of: broccoli. Broccoli is an absolute superstar when it comes to our form in vitamin C. A single cup of chopped broccoli can deliver more than 100% of your entire daily requirement of vitamin C. And let's remember, vitamin C is the non-negotiable essential nutrient for this entire process. Your body literally cannot form or store collagen efficiently without it. But broccoli's benefits don't stop there. It also contains a powerful antioxidant compound called sulforaphane, which helps protect your cells, including your skin cells, joint cells, and even your nerve cells, from the daily damage caused by inflammation and free radicals. It's a true one-two punch of building new collagen and protecting the collagen you already have. I think about all the times we were told, "Eat your broccoli," when we were kids. It turns out our mothers were onto something profound. A friend of mine who is a nutritionist says that if she could only recommend one vegetable for overall health and graceful aging, it would be broccoli. She has a great tip. She steams it very lightly, just for a few minutes, so it stays bright green and crisp tender. That way, it retains most of its precious, water-soluble nutrients. But my favorite way to prepare it is perfect roasted broccoli with Parmesan. This recipe has been known to turn broccoli haters into lovers. Just cut a head of broccoli into bite-sized florets. Toss them on a baking sheet with a little olive oil, some minced garlic, salt, and pepper. Then roast them in a hot, 425-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want the stems to be tender and the little buds on top to get crispy and browned. Those charred bits are the best part. Right when it comes out of the oven, toss it with a generous sprinkle of grated Parmesan cheese and a big squeeze of fresh lemon juice. It is absolutely delicious. Now, just like its cruciferous cousins, kale and spinach, broccoli is a good source of vitamin K. So, one last time, for anyone taking a blood thinner like warfarin, the key is not to avoid it, but to maintain a consistent intake from day to day. A quick chat with your doctor or pharmacist can clear up any questions and ensure you can enjoy these wonderful, healthy foods safely. Broccoli is a true vitamin C powerhouse. But believe it or not, there is one common everyday vegetable that packs an even bigger punch. It's time for our number 1 collagen-boosting vegetable. And here we are. At the top of our list, the single most potent, easily accessible, collagen-boosting vegetable you can put on your plate is the bright, sweet, and crunchy red bell pepper. This might come as a surprise to many, but red bell peppers are the undisputed kings of vitamin C. Forget about oranges. A single cup of chopped red bell pepper can contain nearly 3 times the vitamin C of a medium orange. That is an incredible amount of our most essential collagen-building nutrient, all in one delicious package. Red bell peppers are also low in calories and contain vitamin A and other powerful antioxidants that protect your cells. Now, why red specifically? The reason red peppers are more nutritionally potent than their green or yellow counterparts is simply because they are left on the vine the longest. This allows them to fully ripen and develop their maximum nutrient content. And one of the best things about them is that you can eat them raw, which preserves all of that precious, heat-sensitive vitamin C. I was once talking to a physical therapist who works with seniors who are recovering from joint replacement surgery. She tells all of her patients to load up on red bell peppers in the weeks before and after their procedure. She explained that providing the body with an abundance of vitamin C is like giving a construction crew a surplus of high-quality materials right when they need to do a major repair job on the body's tissues, tendons, and cartilage. The best way to eat them is also the simplest, raw and crunchy. Slice them into strips and enjoy them with some hummus or a low-fat dip for a perfect afternoon snack. Chop them up and throw them into any salad for a burst of sweetness and vibrant color. Or for a simple warm dish, try a 15-minute pepper sauté. Just slice up some red peppers, maybe with a little onion, and sauté them in a hot skillet with a touch of olive oil for 10 to 15 minutes until they're tender and sweet. They make a perfect topping for grilled chicken, tacos, or scrambled eggs. Now for our final red flag. Red bell peppers are incredibly safe for almost everyone. You may have heard some talk online about avoiding nightshade vegetables like peppers, tomatoes, and eggplant because they supposedly cause inflammation. For the vast majority of people, this is a myth that is not supported by scientific evidence. In fact, the powerful antioxidants in peppers can actually be anti-inflammatory. That being said, in very rare instances, a person can have a specific true allergy to peppers. If you consistently notice symptoms like itching, hives, or significant digestive upset, specifically after eating peppers, that's a clear sign to talk to your doctor or an allergist. So there you have it. From the proline in asparagus and the vitamin A in sweet potatoes, all the way to the copper in shiitake mushrooms and the incredible vitamin C in the mighty red bell pepper. As we've seen today, tackling joint pain and nerve tingling through nutrition isn't about finding one single magic pill or a miracle food. It's about assembling a team. It's about providing your body with a steady, reliable supply of all the tools it needs: vitamin C, vitamin A, zinc, copper, and essential amino acids to do the incredible work of repairing and rebuilding itself every single day. The most important message I want you to take away from our time together today is this: you are not a passive bystander in your own health journey. You are the chief executive of your own health. That ache in your knee, that stiffness in your back, or that tingle in your foot is not a life sentence. It's a signal. It's your body's way of communicating with you, a call to action. And by making small, intelligent, and delicious choices on your dinner plate, you are taking powerful, decisive action to support your body's very foundation, to quiet discomfort, and to protect your precious mobility and independence for all the years to come. Now, I truly want to hear from you. Which of these 8 vegetables was the biggest aha moment for you? Or do you have a favorite simple recipe for one of them that you'd like to share? Please leave a comment down below. I read every single one, and your wisdom and experience help our entire community grow stronger together. And if you enjoyed this deep dive and want more practical, science-backed content to help you live a healthier, more vibrant life after 60, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the little notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Stay strong, stay curious, and never ever forget the power you have to nourish your own health. I'll see you in the next video.